Hi guys. So today, I just want to say that it's been a while. I haven't been on for quite some time. Been sorting some issues out in my life. But I'm back and ready, and I'm ready to make more things going on. With the Ouija board. So yeah, I think that with some things in today's society, people don't know like what you can do with it, and people don't know that, like, for example, you can attract energies and manifest good things in your life. You really can. It's worked very well for me. I've survived a near-death experience basically by trying to channel my energy by being who myself, by guiding myself out of this. So it started when I first actually started using Ouija boards, and then afterwards I would have less seizures. And I worked on doing this because I thought that there had to be some connection. But I didn't think about that like, oh, this was healthy, or, what it was. I was actually just interested in the feed. Like, it made me feel very, high. It made me feel like I could, it gave me goosebumps with the power that I could feel, that I could go surging through my body. So, today I'm just going to talk to a spirit and see what spirit wants to say, see what spirit wants to come through, and if there's any, questions, just give me in the comments down below in the link. Bye. Okay, so, really, we have guests already. I don't appreciate this. I want to humbly apologize for the quick intro Adam went with. I will take it from here. Okay. Adam is a cunning person. He has powers that he wants to share with you. So if you want to understand the power of talking to the dead, you must understand there is limits to what you can do. I've seen people die. I've seen people cry from the pain that they have demonstrated. So I get what they're saying. Like, what they're saying is that basically is when you have necromancy arts, which this is a necromancy art, is that you kind of do lose separations and ties in your life. You lose a lot of stuff, but in return you get something much bigger. And sometimes a lot of people don't know is that, mediums or psychics and some people like that, they do get a different crowd, but they're missing a lot of other stuff. They're missing a lot of, other things and stuff. So, one thing that I would demonstrate is that if you want to pick up on necromancy, start studying how to care for the dead. That is something that I think we should all understand, is that necromancy is just caring for the dead. That's the biggest understatement, is that you care for them, they care for you. I scratch on your back, you scratch on my back. But, for me, I just love them so much. They're basically, to me, the dead are basically like family to me. You have family that you die. They're family. All the relatives that we deal with in real life, physical, flesh or not, they're actual relatives of humans. Like, these spirits are relatives of humans. Like, even if they're extraterrestrial, even if they're foreign, even if they don't seem to be human, and even if they are negative, they're all foreign life, but they are just the same as us. But, I couldn't, yeah, says I couldn't explain that one very well. Well, I mean, it's true, we do have life on Earth besides us, and besides fairies. I think people should know that there's some fairies that you shouldn't, really worry about because they're not that much of a problem. But the more problem of fairies you would come across with would be the ones at your home, or, like ones that you, like, basically, like, yeah, basically if you try to force spirits to work with you, that's not at all going to work with you very well. You don't force a spirit to work with you. And I kind of a little bit demonstrated that just to let them see, because it was kind of a forced interaction. And I let them part, I let them go. I let them be towards where they want to walk, wherever they go. And I was a person when I was younger that, people were scared of this stuff. People were scared of, basically all it is a number with letters. And, goodbye and yes and no. It's a board. It's a number. Like, these are letters, but these are numbers. These have, a language has so much power. It has so much power because I'll tell you the truth that I discovered for myself, because I didn't know how I could speak telepathy to some beings, is that I could work with some letters, and then I started getting better, and then I could do all of them. But it was really painful because it scared me at first. But some of the things that I realized was that when I started working with it, I was like, whoa, wait, how can they understand my language? And then an angel or a daemon came in. I think it was angelic, though. I think it was Michael. Came in and it said right away, we speak angels of light and love. So love is a language. Love is a language. That language you hear in your voice, in your head, that is love. Consciousness is straight up love. Straight up divine. Consciousness is everywhere, but we don't know what ties it all to. We're trying to figure that out, even as humans today. But I mean, consciousness is basically like, there's no separation between consciousness. If you feel that you're separate, that's something that, necromancy can fulfill you with. Necromancy can make you feel fulfilled. It can make you feel tired and drained a lot. But you'll feel a lot more steady and at ease. I've done a lot of research on other arts, and I'm not a big fan of some other ones, like tea reading, testiography. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't know why. I mean, I work with already a lot, so it's basically not that I wouldn't like it. It's just that, a lot of people study like what in a, yes or no could be to them, but I'm more of a yes, no, no, and basically, like, if I said that I was like a person that could, manipulate time, which is not at all impossible, but I mean, research shows that we already manipulate time. Time is just a standard, balance of understanding of rhythm, and basically that puts forward that, these are all balanced rhythms of time. They have frequencies. A, that's a letter. It has frequencies in it. You can emit frequencies and tones to people. Now I'm just going to warn you and say, please don't go attacking me, because this is not for you to use to attack, and you will not find your way out of that. Yeah, just a word of caution. I don't take things lightly. So if you, experience letters and different messages, you're going to understand that these come through words. And you'll be like, you will actually experience a kundalini. A kundalini is a magical happening. It's like a visitation almost, but you're actually, investigating who you are and waking up. Like, it's almost like you're blooming as a flower in the real world, and your flower is like, whoa, I'm alive, and I can see this stuff. And it feels good. It does, especially when you have the kundalini, because most people, and I think in a kundalini, you are fully protected when you are actually succeeding in the kundalini. If you're succeeding, you are fully protected, so no spirit will ever harm you in the kundalini during that process. But, to rebalance that, you need to do meditation on a daily basis. Meditation like, mantras. But you got to have a balance. As a person that, you know, speaks of shamanism, I think there's a balance between good and negative, you know, positive and bad. You know, there's a balance. We have to understand that each situation that we put ourselves in puts us out there, that energy. And yes, Ouija boards can be somewhat of a risk, and I know that, but they're not at all what you think as a risk for some people. You could say some people are reading a book. They're just information, they're just observing that. People who are clairvoyant and mediums can absorb any information they want at any time and wherever. So you tell me if this would make it harder. Because they already are around things that are there. If they find the situation uncomfortable, such as the numbers and letters portray, then that is not at all true. So then we can stamp out that as false. That Ouija boards are dangerous. We know that. It's very easy. I mean, you write a piece of paper. I mean, it's not going to catch on fire unless you light it on fire. You get sick only because you do stuff that makes you sick. You don't get sick out of nowhere. I mean, there are diseases that can happen and manifest, but that's way, 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 way out of there. But yeah, I mean, so what do you guys think? Like, when you come across different spirits or energies, do you feel nervous? Do you feel scared? Are you intrigued? Are you alarmed? Are you, like, intrigued, basically, by that energy? Are you super into wanting to understand them? I'd say if you get into Ouija boards, it's different for a lot. That it can be a little bit scary at first, but once you listen to it, you will understand that connecting to that first spirit, it's basically like you're forging that voice in it, and that voice will work for you. The voice will work for everything on the Ouija board, and you can channel it in different sections. So basically, it's like talking to each spirit, but they're already a spirit. So you basically build it up until you actually can reach to be that spirit. But I'm gonna end this for now and say goodbye. You guys have a lovely day. Goodbye, my lovelies.